give you a minute here. A few people are still logging in, but we'll get going here. My name is Jason West. I'm the NX application engineer here at CamLogic. Today's Tech Tuesday will be a 30-minute weekly seminar, webinar that we do here once a week here at CamLogic. We try to focus on NX, Solid Edge. We get into some of our rapid prototyping and other items, and we'll get into it here. So, CamLogic is a leading provider of product lifecycle management solutions. We have 3D scanning and rapid prototyping technologies and services. We're here to help your company design, build better products, improve processes, reduce cost, and maximize profitability. We provide unparalleled 3D engineering technology solutions along with service and support to ensure our clients' success. CamLogic is a 16-year Siemens PLM solutions partner. We offer the complete Solid Edge portfolio, NX Solid Edge VMAP Team Center. We also provide a complete array of 3D printing hardware and services. 3D printing 3D Systems series and Z-Corp series printers. Z-Corp series printers are the affordable 3D printers on the market. We also have 3D scanning technologies. We provide roamer arm, shape grabber, Z-scanner. So these are some of the cutting edge time-saving inspection tools. We also provide Geomagic and Rapid Form. So we have in-house service and support for all these products. If you have a product you need reverse engineered, we can help you. Whether you want the software or you want us to work on the services, we can definitely help you out. So today's topic is we were looking at what's new in NX8. And we had an internal sales meeting here the other day, and we started talking about the new product offerings in NX8, and it came to light that Product Template Studio, even though it's not new, it was released in NX 5.0.2. It's a tool that a lot of people don't know about, and it could really help reduce your engineering time and reuse. So I'm going to start off here taking a look at this image. So this is back in the days, probably 30s, 40s. Engineer designed this piece of equipment up. He had retired, and one day they're working on the machine, and all of a sudden it fails. They're frantic. Customer needs to get this machine up and running, as a lot of you understand and work out in the field. So they called the retired engineer up to come in and consult and try to help them get this machine up and running. He comes in, looks at it, puts a chalk mark on the part that needs to be replaced. Says, here, replace this, and I'll send you an invoice. So the company changes the part out, boom, the machine back up and running. They get the guy's invoice, and the invoice for 10 grand. They're kind of stunned and want to know why one small little part, and he's charging all this consulting fee. So they call him up and talk to him and kind of itemize out the bill. He said, yeah, I charged you 10 cents for the chalk to make the X. And the rest is the knowledge that I have that I took away when I retired. And that's the biggest problem faced by engineers today is product design, design intent, reuse. We all know we can get in there and reuse the product. In parametric modeling, the promise is I can get in there, design the part, have a great part, I can edit the part and make changes. But that's great if you designed it and you worked on it right away. So what are some of the problems with the the reuse of the parametric part. You know, say the engineer's moved on, or he's been on 100 different projects since he designed this part. Doesn't remember how the part works. Doesn't remember what the design intent was, how he designed it, how he got to the end model. Or it's somebody completely new working on the model. They're looking at it, trying to figure out, you know, all the processes that it took for him to create this model and what the true design intent was. You know, so what Product Template Studio does is it offers you a way to capture that design intent for reuse. Also, you're capturing that knowledge so you can quickly make changes and make custom products, make you know, design iterations of this product. You don't have to be a programmer. The beauty of this is it actually takes and creates a user interface with the dialogue and information that you use every day, which is the information you use to create the model. You know, so you can take your design intent at the time of design, go into Product Template Studio and capture that for reuse. One, it's going to help you as a designer. Two, it's going to help your companies reuse that data in the future. Maybe you've moved on. Maybe you're working on another project and somebody else needs to get into this. This reduces the time, cost, and really makes it an easy way to capture that design intent and reuse it for the future. So it's all code free. You don't have to have any programming language to make this work. It's all done inside Product Template Studio. And again, you know, I come back to this is what's new in NX8. You know, as I dig into this and find out more and use it more, you realize and see that a lot of people aren't using this, and you see in everyday life how beneficial this product will be and how easy it'll make your life when you're making changes or making different design iterations of a product. So again, this is all done in the Product Template Studio. And then you have a simple, easy to use, familiar looking, basically task window inside NX to change your parts. So we're going to take a quick look at a demonstration here. We're going to use this plastic injected bottle. We're going to look at it in the traditional ways to edit it today, without really knowing the design intent or putting any constraints on it. Then we're going to take it in. I'll show you quickly how to build a quick user interface to make these changes. And then I'm going to show you one that's created using the same concepts, but now it starts putting checking in there. You know, so this particular bottle is designed to hold so many fluid ounces. Well, you can build that logic into your Product Template Studio reuse library. So when you change the design parameters of the size, you'll know if you're hitting the mark on your volume, and it'll give you a graphic representation that, yeah, I can make this, but per your design requirements, you're not gonna meet your data. So let's get out of the PowerPoint here and go into NX, and we're going to open up the item as it would be designed today. So you've got your bottle, you've got your driving dimensions. Maybe I want to go in and change a dimension here. So I go into my sketch. I'm going to click and I'm going to make this say 200 millimeters. So change that 200 millimeters. I'm going to finish my sketch, get out of it. It's going to go through and change. Okay, I have my new shape. Well, maybe I want to make it a little taller. So I'm going to get in there and change one of my other sketches. Maybe I want to make it a little deeper. So I'm going to get in here and change this. So 120. I'm going to finish my sketch. And you can kind of see this is kind of easy. I mean, it's not hard to make these changes, and you definitely have a model that works for you. But we're going to simplify this process. We're going to make this a lot easier. We're going to build in some logic on the design intent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to launch the Product Template Studio. And this is a real easy interface to use. We're going to go out and search for our document that we have. And we're going to bring this in. It's going to bring in all the design data that we used. We're going to have a graphic representation here. So just starting off here, we can see over here on this side, and this is kind of, this one's already built in here for us. So I'm going to go ahead and remove these groups here. I'm going to delete all this information. So we're starting back off with a bottle. You can see here, this is a standard dialog box that you would see inside of NX. You know, any screen that you bring up, any item that you're going to have to build, you would have your dialog box, call it, on the side there. You click on this other button over here. Now we start to see how this product was built. So being the designer of this and building a little bit of logic into a traditional part, you know, I put in our height, width, and depth in there. You know, while I'm building the process, maybe I didn't put that in there. You know, definitely add it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start building a group. And you can see here, I've created, it's starting to build my dialog box for me. Again, that was just a drag and drop from standard items here. This is a standard check button, so, and you'll see an example later that I'll show you. This is how we're going to validate. But again, it's just drag and drop. So now you can see that I'm starting to build in my dialog box. Well, I want to populate that with some information. So I want to bring in the height, I want to bring in the width, and I'm going to bring in the depth. Now I'm going to go back and take a look at my dialog box. Well, now I can see that it's starting to build something for me. It's starting to build the interface that I can go in and make these changes. I'm going to change these titles real quick. Again, I'm doing this no code. I'm just getting in there, changing a couple fields, adding some text, dragging and dropping information that's already built into this. Get in here and change this. So this way, you know, the user that comes down the line will kind of understand what's going on. And I'm going to change this group name to Bottle Dims. So now you can see I have a nice little dialog box here that it's built for me in Product Template Studio. Now, if you've seen any of the knowledge-based engineering, you have to know how the code to write in there to make this happen. This is a quick, easy interface to build a dialog box for your product. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this. And this is going to add this into my CAD data. Actually, I'm going to close that out. Now I'm going to go back into NX, and I'm going to open up my new assembly, or a new part that has this data in it. So that was the bottle 2. I'm going to hit OK. Again, it looks the same, but I'm going to go up here to my assembly navigator. I'm going to click, and now I have this option to edit reusable component. Now you can see that it's actually created the dialog box for the bottle that I just made. So I can go in here, I'm going to change this to 300 millimeters, I'm going to change this to 200 millimeters, and maybe make this 120. I'm going to hit apply. And what it's going to do is it's going to, oh, it wasn't finished saving. So let me reopen this real quick here. It was still publishing the document. So make sure that we have the latest. I'm going to go in there. So I'm going to go in there, change that to 300, change that to 200, change that to 120. I'm going to hit apply, and it's going to make all those changes for me. So now that you can see that I have my new bottle, nice, easy user interface. You know, I still don't know if I've captured all the design intent, but I've grouped together and put all the data in there to make these changes quickly and easily just by clicking on here saying reuse this item. So maybe I want to save this design configuration out. Now I want to try another iteration of this. So I'm going to make this say 150, and I'm going to leave that at 120. So now it's going to go through and make all these changes. I can save that bottle design off. Let's do one more. 320 by 100 by 120. And I've quickly made a bunch of different bottles right off of this, reusing the data that was already built in off of a dialog box that I didn't have to write any special code. I just dragged a new group in, dragged in some parameters that I wanted to change, and I'm up and running. So let's take a look at expanding this out. So we have this one in here. I'm going to close this one out, and I'm going to open up another one that has more logic built into it. I'll kind of show you how this was built. So on the side, instead of just bringing in our dimensional data, which is there, I've also brought in some more of the design intent. So I brought in the target volume, min and max. I've brought in the volume that these two equal out to, so the minimum and maximum and where it falls. I've also added a check button. So now you can see here from these groups, and again, this is just dragging in columns, dragging in data from the part. So I have some expressions that I created, min, max, and what the actual volume is of the part. I just dragged and dropped those into new groups. I already had my initial data in there, which was my size of my part. And then I also put some reference information in there for sketches. So you can see this. I've also added that this automatically comes collapsed, the product group. So all I do is say expanded or not, and that's the way it'll default when you bring it up. I've got my sketch detail built in there that I use for my reference sketches. So let's take a quick look at actually how this will help you. So I'm going to jump back over to NX. I'm going to open up this this particular bottle here. I'm going to go back in again, use my reuse data. I've got my bottle application, and here it is. I have my min value and my max value for my volume. I have the estimated volume, which is what this product's coming out to, and then I have my validation. And this is going to tell me if these min and maxes are met. It's going to tell me whether or not I met those min and maxes and my estimated value. So I'm going to go in here just like before, and I'm going to make a quick change to this, say 300, 200, and 120. Yeah, I think that would be a nice looking bottle. I think it would be appropriate size. Great looking bottle, but you know what? It's outside of my estimated volume here. So my design intent is I know that this is not what I wanted. So I say, okay, I come back and Maybe I take this down to 150. Do I meet my criteria then? Nope, I'm still outside of it. So I'm going to take that down to 90. Now I'm within my requirements and my design intent. So this is a really powerful tool, and this is just looking at it at a single part level. What I want to show you now is you can take this over to the assembly level. And I'm going to go in here to this final bucket assembly and kind of show you what's already built into this assembly. Now, right now, this looks like it's just an individual part. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and edit this. So what I've built in here is some design parameters for this particular bucket. I can go in and change the width of the bucket. It'll update all my features for my connection points. Get in there and easily change the dimensions. Well, right now you notice that this just has a beveled edge on it. Maybe I want some teeth. And I've built in short teeth, wide, flat teeth, and long teeth. So maybe I want to put some long teeth on there. Now you can see that I have my teeth in there. You can see that it's actually changed my model because now this is actually an assembly. It's added the features that I need in there to attach my teeth, and then it's attached my teeth in there. Say I want to make this a little narrower. This also has a design validation in there, so at this width, I can put 5 teeth on there. Well, maybe, oh, I want to put 7 teeth on there, and I want a bucket that's this wide. Well, now you can see the design validation. It says that I can't do that because the teeth are getting too close. So I've built that intelligence in there in the assembly environment. So I can change my model on my parts and add and subtract features. So let's make this a little wider because now I do need 7 teeth, so I'm going to make it wider, and now you'll see that it populates the 7 teeth. Well, maybe I wanted I have a customer that wants short teeth on that. I can change that. It's changed my model and the mounting into the actual bucket, so I can attach a tooth to. So you can start to see and start to think of the possibilities in there around your particular products. This can be great when you have customer-driven changes where you have a conveyor that's so long. After it goes over a certain length, maybe it needs extra bracing, needs extra legs, extra rollers, extra supports. You can build all that intelligence in and also do error checking to make sure that it's manufacturable and it meets your true design intent, which is really what this comes down to. Is you have an engineer that designed this, he moves on, he's on another project, you have a customer that wants to order one of these, you can get in there, use a simple dialog box, and make these changes. Not knowing how he constructed that bucket, not knowing how he added those features in, how he built the assembly, at the time it's created, he can capture all that data and the way he designed it, which may be different than somebody else, but you capture that data so you can reuse it in the future. So let's shift back over here to the PowerPoint real quick here and kind of wrap up. So we've taken a look at the creation. We've looked at some of the more advanced features and error checking that you can put in here. Also, to take this a step further, and this is kind of the beauty of this, is say you do an FEA analysis on a part. Well, you can build that into the Product Template Studio. Well, now, after you do the FEA analysis, you send it out to the machine shop and you have it machined in NX8. Well, you can build all that into your product template, so when you go in and change that part, you can run your simulation for your FEA, and you can run NX8 to post out for your machine floor. So you can really build this as elaborate as you want with the complexity, but you have a quick and easy user interface that's going to take all this data and be able to reuse it. So not thinking about how powerful it is around a single part, now you take it into an entire assembly. Now you take that step further, you take it into the FEA side and the CAM side. So you can take that part and build upon it and build all that knowledge in all the way through your business processes. And that's really, you know, that kind of hit home when we were going back to, you know, our internal sales meeting, and we were talking about this and really trying to understand and grasp everything that you can use this Product Template Studio for. So, like I said, it wasn't new in NX8, but it was introduced in NX 5.0.2. But we're realizing that a lot of customers haven't been exposed to this and haven't thought about or looked into, even though they may have reuse issues and different ways of doing it. This is a nice, quick user interface and a way to build the user interface for the end designer going to make these changes. So there's two portions of this. You have the author, which creates the templates. So you have one author on site, and that you'll use to create the documents. And then you have the consumer, which allows you to use the templates. So that's kind of the wrap-up of the Product Template Studio. To wrap up on the CamLogic side, you know, here at CamLogic we offer a large variety of hands-on and course-fed instructor-led training facility. We also do on-site training. Just give us a call here, and we'll definitely see where we can help you. We do have a Solid Edge Fundamentals class coming up on the 27th, and we have an NX Fundamentals coming up on March 19th. So if you're interested in attending either one of those, give us a call here at CamLogic. This webinar here will be posted probably within 24 hours, so you can review it, send it to your colleagues. You know, just you want to refresh on something there. So, if you have any comments on what you'd like to see next on our next NX Tech Tuesday, please give me a shout here. Here's my contact information. jasonw@camlogic.com. You can find us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Blogger, YouTube, Twitter. Definitely check us out on YouTube. We have a lot of other videos from our other Tech Tuesdays and other videos from our product offerings. So hope everybody enjoyed it. Again, give me feedback. Hit me up on LinkedIn, or shoot me an email, or give me a call. Definitely want to hear what you're looking for in the future. So thanks a lot, and you guys have a great day.
The organizer